I want to turn now to the theater at Orange, which is one of the most spectacular monuments that I'm going to show you today. And you see it in this extraordinary view from the air. A building that you can see from your monument list was put up in the late 1st century BC, early 1st century AD, and it is really something special. Not only in its own right, but also because of how well preserved it is. And you can see in this view not only the typical scheme that we have seen as we've become accustomed to for Roman theater design, the semicircular orchestra, the semicircular cavea, the division into these wedge-shaped sections or cunei, the outer wall of the structure. And you should be immediately struck by this outer wall of the structure, because the outer wall of the structure is better preserved than any other outer wall that we've seen in the course of this semester. It's preserved to its full height. It is very severe, but that severity would have been lessened in antiquity by the incorporation of a colonnade on the front of the structure. So this very important building in that regard, because we again have this very well preserved wall, which gives us a good sense of what these walls would have looked like in antiquity. And you have to imagine here again that alleviation of this severity by that portico. You can also see here, though, something very interesting about this particular theater that makes it connected, although it's Roman in every way, that connects it also to earlier Greek theatrical architecture, because you'll remember that the major difference between Roman theaters and Greek theaters was that Romans built their theaters on their own hill made of concrete, but the Greeks built their theaters on actual natural hillsides. And if you look very carefully at this excellent view from the air, you will see the way in which this particular theater at Orange is actually built into a hillside. They happen to have a natural hillside, perfect for this kind of construction, right where they wanted it to be. So they took advantage of that hillside, and they supported the cavea of this structure by that hillside.